The adorable sloth hugging your friend on your feed. Celebrities posing with anacondas. Even that Tinder profile you just swiped left on. The one with the man petting the tiger. To satisfy human fascination, all over the world, non-domesticated animals are taken advantage of for selfies just like these. Many of us have heard snippets of the behind-the-scenes horrors of animal selfies from wildlife conservation ads or documentaries like The Tiger King. I myself have seen such documentaries and ads, and have recently taken a deeper look into the truth behind bad animal selfies. Animal selfies should be banned, because the business is highly unethical, and worse, such close contact with humans poses an incredible threat to animal well-being, and animal selfies are just as dangerous to humans. Many of these operations offering animal selfies operate under the guise that they are a rescue or a sanctuary, but their unethical actions and thousands of dollars in profit suggest otherwise. These sanctuaries appear to have an endless supply of babies, but according to scientist Stephanie Scholler, in an article posted on stephaniescholler.com in 2019, a constant supply of baby animals is impossible for a sanctuary to maintain, as the babies grow and run out of space. So, once babies become older, these operations sell them off to roadside zoos or for canned hunting, and then breed and rip the babies away from their mothers so they can begin training to become undangerous for humans. This hinders animals' ability to readapt to the wild. Tiger cubs, for example, cannot regulate their own temperature for the first 4 weeks of their lives, yet they are among the most commonly separated animals. And after this premature separation or being captured from the wild, according to a close-up on selfie cruelty by World Animal Protection, these animals are often trained through physical abuse, live in unsustainable conditions, and are deprived of other important needs. In fact, sloths, caiman, and anacondas are often beaten into submission before being safe enough for selfies. The lack of regulation and awareness allows this unethical treatment to continue, and it even seeps into the ethics of tourists who partake in them. The once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take and share photos of wild animals often challenges the ethics of tourists. According to a literature review published by the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences, cognitive dissonance is not uncommon among tourists, as many make the decision to partake in animal selfies even with the belief and knowledge of the effects and unethical treatment lying behind it. In addition, as mentioned in a 2020 research collaboration with Will Munsters and colleagues, researchers estimate that between 230,000 and 550,000 animals are being used in attractions that have a detrimental effect on their welfare. The consequences of unnecessary or improper handling or just being too close to humans has physiological and psychological effects, which can interfere with animal feeding or mental or mating success. One example is the sloth. In the wild, sloths are quiet and sleepy animals, but in captivity, they're constantly surrounded by noise and held by people they cannot escape from, which causes them unimaginable stress. Wild animals, like the sloth especially, were not made to be held for photos, and they often die 6 months after captivity. Being near humans is unnatural and uncomfortable for wild animals. So how is it that so many can flaunt photos hugging a calm Siberian tiger? The answer is drugging and sedation. Many promoters of animal selfies drug or sedate the animal to enable close contact. This is best exemplified in the production of tiger selfies. An expose by the Holy Dog Times in 2013 exposed Lujan Zoo in Buenos Aires, Argentina, as they sedated adult tigers so they can be cuddled, ridden, bottle-fed, and subject to other unnatural behaviors for a photo op. In countries and in operations that are less regulated, it is even difficult to say what are in these anesthetic darts. Not to mention that long-term abuse of sedatives could lead to side effects such as changes in breeding behavior and problems with eating. Examples of the immediate harmful effect on animal welfare that animal selfie culture has include a baby dolphin dying in Spain after hundreds of tourists held and surrounded it, and a swan died in Macedonia after a woman grabbed it for a photo. A harmless selfie contributes to animal suffering and can turn deadly for unwitting humans persistent for the perfect selfie. A 2018 study reported on Scholastic.com found that there were 259 documented selfie deaths worldwide between 2011 and 2017 from attempts of humans to get a selfie with wild animals. An article by Zach Fitzner on Earth.com in 2019 recalls the Orlando Sentinel reporting that more people are killed by foolish selfies than by shark or alligator attacks. From 2011 to 2017, selfies claimed on average 43 lives a year. People will literally risk their lives for a selfie. This can range from leaning dangerously over an edge to get closer, or jumping into lion pens for a better angle. Yet, should there be an accident or a death, that risk taken by the human often leads to the labeling of the wild animals as especially dangerous, and even leads to their execution. Take, for example, a man in India who tried to take a selfie with a wounded bear on the side of the road and was later mauled to death by the bear. His misconception that a wounded bear would be up for a photo led to his untimely death and inadvertently deepened the ideology that it somehow was the bear's fault because they are vicious and unwieldy. Furthermore, there are countless tragedies following people literally turning their backs on wild animals. This includes bears and kangaroos, and it has ended in humans' lives being lost. An article on NationalGeographic.com posted in 2019 by Natasha Daly noted that a large contributor to this behavior is the opportunity to take photos with animals in controlled environments where the animals are trained to be used to humans. The ability to turn around and snap a selfie with a tiger locked in a cage feeds a delusion that it is okay to approach like animals in the wild, when, after entering an animal's territory, then turning your back on them, lowers your guard and allows ample opportunity for the wild animal to attack what they perceive as a threat. The unfortunate accidents constituted with selfie attempts can be avoided with a change of mentality and policy. Now that we have uncovered the side of animal selfies that lacks ethics, endangers animal welfare, and ourselves, I urge you to support the ban of all animal selfies across nations and across social media platforms. Protect animals from being used as a source of income and fanfare. Do it for the tiger cubs who never knew their mothers and the elephants whose spirits were literally broken and beaten into submission. Foster instead of respect for wildlife and use this information to further educate yourself and others on the proper way to document time spent with animals. Thank you.